It's nothing like being back in the West. I've had some encounters with with Filipinos. Dudes to make it seem like, oh, black guys are winning out here. As soon as you touch down, they're gonna throw like a parade for you.
What's been like the reality versus expectation kind of thing? Hi, please tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Tahj. I'm from the United States, specifically Massachusetts in the United States, and I am 31 years old.
And what brings you down here to the Philippines?
I mean, I think the same thing that brings everyone down here to the Philippines, man. Just a better cost of living here. The weather for me, Massachusetts is primarily cold, like most of the year. So I love being in the heat. Love the weather here in, the Philippines and, the women, of course. And I just wanted some space for myself to really be able to create. I'm a creative. I have a lot of creative endeavors and I just wanted the time and the space to be able to do things like that.
And have you found that time and space here in the Philippines?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what do you do? What's your job? How are you making a living at 31 living here in the Philippines?
Yeah. So, I've had my health and life insurance license since 2017. And over time, especially after COVID, things, transitioned to being solely all over the phone. You still have people that door knock and stuff like that. But, it made it very easy for me to be able to move around anywhere that has Wi-Fi and earn a living. So I'm a health and life insurance agent.
And how long have you been here in the Philippines now?
I've been here for 5 months.
And what do you like so far with the Philippines?
What do I
Aside
like?
from why you came here, but what do you actually like from living here?
Yeah. So particularly being here in Cebu City, I love how everything's in proximity to you. Where I live, I could walk outside. I have the supermarket right there. Even just on my street, you have a whole bunch of street vendors. Oh man, there's this dude that sells bananas. I love bananas, bro. And there's no bananas like a Filipino banana. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. But anyways, I get my bananas from him. I get my oranges from him. What else? My grapes. I get my, cucumbers and tomatoes and, eggplant from this other woman on my street. So just the proximity. The dating scene is very, accommodating here. It's nothing like being back in the West. People really want to know who they're getting to know, right? Not how much, are you willing to do for me? And that's, it takes a lot of the pressure and the stress off when meeting, young ladies here. The weather, of course, I love, and the opportunity to meet people such as yourself, man, other creatives, other people that come from different parts of the world and just being able to, to connect with them.
Okay, thanks. And what about dislikes? Something you can't quite get used to out here so far.
So they have this thing called, I guess, Filipino time. They have it in the black community too. They call it color people time. I'm not really a fan of that. Even back home in the United States, like if we say we're going to be here at a certain time, be here at a certain time. But I'm learning to be more laid back when it comes to that because obviously I'm not in my home country. So I have to be more, respectful of how other people do things here. And, having that in mind, it makes, assimilating that much easier. Just, remember you're not home. So things are done differently, no matter where you go. And, what else? I don't have a car here, so that makes things a little bit difficult, even though things are in proximity, simply just going and let's say I didn't get groceries for 2 weeks, going to pick up 2 weeks worth of groceries and then carrying them back or just scheduling a ride to, carry my groceries back. That can be a bit, frustrating at times, but not a deal breaker by any means. Another thing that I dislike is Shopee. I don't know if this is really just a Philippines thing or maybe a Southeast Asian thing.
But it's just a Philippines thing. I already know what you're going to do. It's just a Philippines thing.
I see.
Inconveniences with Shopee, right? Late,
Yeah.
never comes, wrong items.
There we go. My orders are always getting canceled, man. Always getting canceled. So I can never get anything from Shopee, which sucks because there's things that either are not sold here or I haven't figured out how to get here. Like I'm a big herbalist. I like things like burdock root, dandelion root, blue cohosh, black cohosh, all that type of stuff. Haven't found a spot out here that does that, but I found that I can get it on Shopee. However, when I try to order it, it always gets canceled. Try to get simple things like clothes, shoes, whatever, it's canceled.
So are you single right now? Are you married? What's going on over there?
I am definitely single. I'm not married.
And what's it like dating women out here? Give me like the difference between the West and over here.
Sure. So, dating, I haven't really dated anyone out here. I've, had some encounters with, with Filipinos out here, of course. And, it's been good, man. It's been good. You actually said this in a video where I was interviewing you, just be straight up about what you want and where you stand. And that's just the type of person I am anyways. And here, that'll go a long way, man. You'll get a lot of respect for that. And at the very least, at least you guys know where you stand with each other and what you guys are looking from each other. So you know whether you want to put up with it or whether you don't want to put up with it. but it's been good, man. The women have been very thoughtful and caring and, always asking me, oh, have you eaten? Are you drinking enough water? Cause when I first got out here, I was drinking a little bit more than I should have. Are you drinking enough water? Um, are you okay? How is everything? Just very caring and nurturing. And, so far I've met, I would say, a handful of really good Filipinas since I've been here.
Okay, how do you usually meet these women? Like just day game or online, or how do you meet them?
Some I've met in person,
Mm-hmm.
but majority I've met on, sites like Tinder.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. And I don't want to make this a racial thing or whatever, but a lot of people think Asians don't like black guys. How's dating for a brother like you down here?
Man, that's kind of loaded, right? It's a loaded question because so I have to put it this way. Prior to coming out here, there was a lot of YouTube videos that I would watch and dudes would make it seem like, oh, black guys are winning out here. As soon as you touch down, they're going to throw like a parade for you. Obviously, that's not the case, right? But then you come here and it's kind of a different response. Obviously, people are just living their lives. Just like if I was a foreigner and I went to the United States, people are going to stop and be like, oh, you're from, the Philippines or wherever. No, they're going to go on with their everyday lives. It's the same thing here, right? And, you know, I, I can't say that I've encountered colorism to that degree, or at least not while knowing, but I have encountered Filipinas who told me like, yeah, like I'm like the only one of my friends that likes black guys. And one Filipina to tell me what it was like, oh, if you're walking around with a black guy, you might be viewed as like X, Y, and Z. And, there's definitely a niche out here for black guys. But I would say the preference for the majority is definitely, someone who's like lighter skin, who's from like the UK, Canada, United States, Europe, or from the Middle East. And yeah, man, but still no problems. Like even with, their standards or preferences and whatnot, I have no problems.
You say you have better chances in the Philippines or back in the West dating women?
Dating, oof.
Or at least meeting.
Dating or hooking up.
Let's just say hooking up, because dating can be very broad, I guess, right? Just hooking up.
Hooking up, man, I would say, I mean, I feel like it's 50-50, honestly. It's like the same, really. But dating, I would say probably here will be easier, dating here.
Yeah. Easier in what way?
Well, so there's a belief that, when you come to a place like the Philippines or Thailand or, any place, that's, not, I guess, in the West, that people are out to get you for your money and stuff like that. But in my experiences, no woman that I actually chose to spend my time with here was like, coming to me with their hand out. Of course, if you like a person, then naturally you want to buy things for them, right? But it's not like the pressure like in the West where it's like, oh, if you're making below six figures, don't even step to me. It's not like that here at all.
Do you think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're somewhat relatively young? If you're older, you think it'd be different?
That's a good question, man. Well, being that I'm not old, like old yet, like, my 70s or 80s, I have no idea how that might go. I'd imagine that, yeah, the biggest part of that companionship would be predicated around, how much money I was, able to give out. Being young, I think I'm on the, that wavelength with the people who are young and want to have fun. And so maybe when they look at me, they see those types of things instead of like, oh, what can you do for me? It's like, oh, what kind of time can we have? What type of memories can we create? At least that's the impression I get.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe being younger, it does help in that department.
Interesting. Any big misconceptions about the Philippines? You said you watched some videos before coming here. What's been like the reality versus expectation kind of thing?
It's a good question. Reality versus expectations. I think I've seen a lot of videos about budgeting. Oh, you can, for X amount of dollars, you can live like a king out here. I think that can be true, but I think there needs to be more context added to that for some people because, just because things are affordable doesn't mean that, it's necessarily, how can I
High
put this?
quality?
Well, there's that, but so when things are cheap enough, you can spend a lot of money without realizing it. And I would say definitely keep that in mind when coming to a place like the Philippines, just because it's cost effective more so than where you may come from. Also be mindful because those small amounts, they add up over time, like ATM fees and, even eating out all the time as opposed to just buying your own groceries and cooking. So Is it affordable? Can you live here like a king off of a nominal amount of money? Absolutely. Maybe like, 2,000 to 2,500, probably the sweet spot, but you could probably get away with doing that for like 14 to $1,600 a month if you're savvy with how you spend your money and where you go to eat and where you go to buy things and not being very materialistic. So it all really depends. I think, did I go outside the scope of that question?
No, not at all. You
Okay.
answered perfectly, right? Because, that's something expectation versus reality, right? You thought you're going to come down here, live like a king for X amount of money. You start realizing, wait, there's fees for everything. This thing's going
Right.
to add up eventually. Are you living in the province or in the city? Anything like that? Where you live at?
I'm living in the city, in Cebu City, right over in, Laho. So if you guys are familiar, JY Mall, I live right across the street from JY Mall.
Did you consider living in the province at all?
That's a good question. That's something I'm actually considering right now. My deal breaker when it comes to that, man, is I hear that things close very, very early in the province, like in Bohol and places like that in Lake Day. So I don't know, man, cause I like being able to come out at, 2, 3 a.m. and there's still a bunch of places open, people mingling and out, doing things. I like
You
that.
like the social life out here late at night, right?
Absolutely.
So, have you had any interaction with any expats out here? Any foreigners?
I have where I live. Yep.
How's that like?
I mean, it was cool. It was cool, man. With some expats, I get the impression like they don't want to be bothered by other expats or maybe just bothered in general. Some of the people that I did get to sit down and have conversations with, they've been cool. Invited me to go play basketball. I haven't done it yet. I want to. I got invited to a flag football league. Haven't done that yet. I want to. I mean, I get invited to do all types of things. But my job, it just makes it kind of difficult. Because I'm constantly working. I work weird hours because I have to match my hours with the Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
So it makes it difficult. But, it's been really cool, man. Meeting some of the people. I met a guy from England. I went out a few times with a guy I met who travels. He's like from Spain, but I think he grew up in California as well. We went out a few times. And, outside of that, man, I mostly meet locals,
Okay. Any regrets coming down here?
Any regrets? Yeah, I probably should have built out my YouTube channel a bit more before coming out here. And as far as my life insurance business goes, I probably should have built up my clientele a little bit more with that just to hit the sweet spot and being, that much more comfortable coming out here. And this is outside the scope of your question, but I just thought of it. So you asked of like, cons of being here. Yeah. One thing you guys should know is there is no Wi-Fi when you go out and about to different places. Not like the US. Like you go to a coffee shop or Starbucks in the US, you get free Wi-Fi. It's not the case here, man. So if you're not planning to get a Filipino phone and get a SIM card here, or if you're not, if you don't have unlimited data back home and you're coming here, keep that in mind. Wi-Fi is almost non-existent when you go out and about, at least here in Cebu City from what I've seen. So we'll figure that out.
Awesome. Just a couple last questions. Any advice for someone considering coming down here, especially younger men or older guys? Doesn't matter. Anyone that wants to come down here, live long term, what advice do you have for them?
Yeah, man. Definitely secure steady income before coming here. You don't want to be caught with your pants down, stranded, no way of making income or just spending more than you should have and realizing like, dang, that was like most of my savings or a quarter of my savings. So, definitely income. Want to keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that you're not in your country as much as we'd like to believe that things should be a certain type of way. It's not home. So you just got to get with the program, man. And I think the sooner that you understand that and you, assimilate, the much better time you'll have here. And what's another thing? What's another thing that I think people need to know? Have fun, live life, live in the moment. There we go. Live in the moment. Being here, I've definitely learned work-life balance, man. And it's been crucial, super crucial, man. You just feel so much better just being able to leave work where work is and then coming out and just being able to socialize. You'll see people here in IT Park, man, they get off at all times of the day. That means when the time they get off, that's their party time. And that might be 11 a.m. That might be 1 a.m. That might be 4 a.m. So, I really learned a lot from the Filipinos so far, just being able to balance work and life, and, just being present in the moment, man. Don't let this time pass you by because you really learn a lot about yourself being away from home.
That's great advice, man. A lot of people want to wait for the perfect time, but they forget to live now, right?
Right.
They plan ahead or think ahead, and next thing you know, 5 years gone by, 10 years gone by. There's always going to be a reason not to live, man, or enjoy yourself. You mentioned your YouTube channel. Tell me a little bit more about that. What's it about? What kind of videos do you make? What's
Yes,
the name
sir.
of it?
So my YouTube channel is Unpopular Tea. Tea is like, it's like, the tea that you drink is spelled T3A. And right now I'm making content about the Philippines. Since I'm here in the Philippines, I plan to travel more and see more places like other countries. But I really want to be able to create a channel where I can talk about anything. But just this is the start. I want to be able to talk about my own opinions, my own thoughts about, different life events. I also want to be able to talk about art. I've yet to find the art community here in the Philippines, but I'm coming for you. And just overall health and wellness. But right now, it's just travel, Philippines, interviews, and just talking about my experience here.
That's perfect, man. Yeah, I'll make sure to put the link and also the channel name in the description down below. You
I
can go ahead and
appreciate that.
follow and support you.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you for taking the time to interview me, Alex.
And thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Leave your comments down below. Let me know, what do you think of Tahj's experience in the Philippines? And if you want to come here and find the love of your life, consider checking out Pina Heart. It's the only website I trust when it comes to dating. So yeah, go ahead and check them out. I've left the link in the description down below. And head on over to check out Unpopular Tea, a different perspective on life here in the Philippines, coming from a younger dude, a very likable, respectable young man. I wish him nothing but happiness and success. So go over there, show him some love, tell him Alex sent you, and yeah, subscribe to his channel if you like his content. And that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
What's your name?
Vincent.
Vincent, how old are you?
What's up, man?
Shake his hand, Vince.
Tahj, nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're making a vlog.
What's your name?
Jonami Bialago.
You have a long name. My name is Tahj. It's nice to meet you, though. How you guys doing today?
Hey, there we go. Now we're talking business. Look at it. This guy looks like, I like his hair, man. I'm kind of jealous. All right. Thank you for saying hello. We have to make this video now, okay? Okay, bye. See you.
You guys take care, man. Stay safe out there.